Morning, everybody. It's 8:37 on this first day of a full week, the 27th of February. And before I forget, one of the things that I just heard on CNBC, um, and it's just a date note, there is no February employment numbers this week. They're not until next week. So usually that big monthly number that comes out um, on the first Friday of the month, since February doesn't end until after tomorrow. Um, they pushed that back. Okay. Um, Asia slightly lower, Europe slightly higher. Um, and when I came down this morning, futures were up about 120 in the Dow, about 65 in the Nasdaq, and 19 in the S&P. Um, right after the number, the durable goods that I'll get to in a second, came out, we were up 168, then up 86 in the Nasdaq and 23 in the S&P. Right now, the Dow is showing an opening gain of 217, Nasdaq 112, and S&P, I don't see it, but I have to say about 24 or 25 would be the number there. So let's get to that durable goods. Durable goods orders down 4.5%, and that is versus a 4% of expectations and a 3.6% for the prior month. Durable goods X transportation up 7 tenths. Um, and one of the big numbers that was there that we don't see is that we had that huge order at the end of the year by UAL into uh, Boeing. And so, actually, Boeing and Airbus. And that warped it to the upside. So, this is kind of a meager looking number, but you have to take it in context. Also, ex defense durable goods were down 5.1%. And that only makes sense. The Biden administration has now reached the 113 billion in aid to Ukraine, so that warps that number. Uh, Coming later at 10 o'clock, we have pending home sales. Okay, Pfizer buying CGen. CGen is more of a cancer related bio. And in fact, they've had a lot of success in reducing and eliminating tumors. So we have that. Uh, Pfizer is down about 1%, down 42 cents at 41.65. CGen is up 10%, up 22.60. And that's about 184. Union Pacific getting rid of their CEO. And as always, bittersweet, up 10%. So long to the guy who's running the company. Now we like you again. Tagna, which has a deal with Standard General to buy a bunch of their radio stations, a couple of radio stations, and a bunch of TV stations. Now, um, Tegna was uh, moved from about 19 to about 22 last week, closed 21.84 this morning, got down to 16.50, last to 17.08, down 4.80 or 22% on the FCC saying that they may do something about it because they see price increases to consumers. Paul Meeks was on this morning. He's pretty decent guy. Um, and I don't remember the fund that he's with, but he's kind of bullish on AI and thinks that the best AI play is poor, beaten down Google, Alphabet, if you want. And so that's just a point of interest. He is pretty well respected. Okay, Dow now up 235, S&P up 34, and NASDAQ, I have to wait for a second till it updates. NASDAQ up 124. Chart on the screen, excuse me, that gas looked like it might be trying to bottom. I'll show you the weekly. Made a new low, or a recent new low, and closed pretty much on the high and is a little higher this morning. Now, going back to the daily, I just want to show you what I'm looking for here would be a close over, excuse me, close over 265.2 or 2.652. This high that I have the cursor on right here is 270, and the close that day was 265.2. So a close above that, and we're 269 right now. So a close above that, I'm going to guess brings us at least to $3. And it looks like the 5-day is about to go through the 20-day, which is really the sign of a change in direction. We'll have to see how that holds up. But, you know, we're down 75% since November's high. So that's pretty good. You know, the fact of the matter is, as Dennis always reminds me, stocks and companies can go out of business, but rarely do you see a commodity go to zero. So, and I'm long Boyle, and we'll have to see how that works out. I may put on a trade. If we do close over that, I'll be looking for a little bit of a pullback, or, you know, maybe buy the UNG instead of the Boyle. Rest of these markets, copper, which we're also long, is up a little. Really not much. It was up a bit higher this morning. It was over 260, now 258.6. Gold is down. Silver is up. Pardon me. Gold is up, silver is down, and the copper, I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing here, and the copper was as high as 399.8. Actually, that's where it is right now. It's up 4.5 cents. Coffee down a little, cotton down a little, you know, what the futures are doing in stocks, the dollar giving up some of that gain from last week, which is probably a good thing. Bitcoin a little higher, the futures, cash was down, and the bonds are unchanged. All right, everyone, I'll be back later. Don't forget, pending home sale.